Today's agenda. Today's agenda is about what is text-to-speech, some simple text-to-speech apps that are available for you that you may or may not be aware of, and some AI tools that are out there that you may or may not be aware of that exist that you can use as well. So we're going to take a look at a few of these efforts and see what's out there and try and identify them and show you what you can do with more advanced tools for people that are preparing presentations like JJ said, and what I do sometimes. Text-to-speech can be really convenient because it's taking written text and making a voice out of it. But sometimes it's useful, sometimes it's not useful. It depends on what you're trying to do. So when I talk about simple text-to-speech, usually these are applications that exist with web browser tools or word processing tools that have one voice, and they're usually within an app or on your device. And we'll take a look at a read-aloud example. Read-aloud is commonly used in websites and other functions, and some icons are becoming more common for it as well. We'll take a look at a few of those. Text-to-speech with AI is a little more elaborate. It gives you the ability to select and use multiple voices, male, female, accents, etc., multiple languages, and some expressive voices. And the more advanced text-to-speech AI tools will give you the ability to display and show talking avatars. And we'll take a look at one that I have a little demonstration of for you as well. All right, so let's take a look at a few of these. Let me start sharing some windows that I have that might be helpful. A lot of you use Google Chrome, and this is my newsletter page. This is a newsletter I wrote about a friendly guide to scams. And Chrome by itself does not have a read aloud function, but there is a extension that you can add. When you click on the extension tool, there are a couple of read aloud extensions that exist, and I have one read aloud here.
Scammers are getting more creative.
And you'll start to hear it right away. So let me make sure that you can hear it okay. Let me stop sharing and do a new share with the ability to hear sound. Okay, there we go. All right, so what it's going to do here when I click on this read aloud function, it's going to start reading the web page.
With their tactics to trick people, you might receive emails that seem to be from legitimate companies like Amazon, UPS, or FedEx, claiming you've ordered something and there's a delivery problem.
Now, if you listen to the voice, it's reading text and it's giving us speech, but I don't really have a whole lot of ability to make changes to the voice. It's just going to read the text from a web page in a tone that it gives me. So that's one type of read aloud function. So there's another browser that can give us that capability. Let me go to Microsoft Edge here. And if I look at Microsoft Edge, there is a read aloud function that exists here. If I've opened it up. If I close this, usually you'll see the read aloud function here on the upper navigation bar. And so if I click on read aloud, it'll start reading it. But if I want to go the immersive reader approach, it'll give me just the web page itself, and I can click on read aloud. It'll start at the top of the web page.
A friendly guide to scams. Home. Newsletter. A friendly search. I don't know about you, but I am getting a lot of scam. Scammers are getting more creative with their tactics to trick people. You might receive emails that seem to be from legitimate companies like Amazon, UPS, or FedEx, claiming you've ordered something and there's a delivery problem.
The different text-to-speech capabilities give you different features to be able to modify the voice. Typically with web browsers and a few other tools, there's not a lot of voice options. You're going to get the voice that's part of the application itself and not really be able to do much more than what they give you there. So those are some limitations on that type of text-to-speech. Microsoft Word has a read aloud function. If you have text and you have it highlighted in a document, you can click on read aloud and it'll read it aloud for you.
I don't know about you, but I am getting a lot of scam emails.
You do have some choices of voices here. Not a lot, but you have some. So let's try bubbles and see what that sounds like. Okay, these are some unusual effects here that you can get. We'll go with Kathy.
With their tactics to trick people, you might receive emails that seem to be from...
So some of them are basically designed for accessibility, to be able to give you accessibility to different features so that you can at least get a voice out of that in some form. Okay, so those are some of the simple text-to-speech features that are out there, is that if you do have text and you need it read, you can have an application or a tool read it aloud for you. Okay, so there's ways you can use read aloud and text-to-speech. These are all machine learning technologies that are incorporated into our everyday tools. But there are some more tools that are out there beyond the everyday tools. So let me make sure I've got something up here that I want to look at. Okay, so 11 Labs is a tool that is available for people to try out and utilize when they want to access and change things with their voice or do a voiceover. So let's see, I've got my Edge browser open. I think I'll be in Edge here for the rest of the time. Okay, so 11 Labs is something JJ mentioned he's using. It does text-to-speech, and they give you a little bit for free, but they do have plans you can pay for. Now, the advantage of AI text-to-speech with some of these tools is that it's a much more cutting-edge technology, and it generates much more realistic speech than what you might just see in the read aloud function. So I took this text, similar to what I used before, and you do have a choice of many, many different forms, many tools, many different languages, many accents and voices. There's oftentimes 100 or more voices, and you get a little bit of text-to-speech for free. Okay, so it'll also do things in other languages as well. So if you import something and paste it in another language, it'll read aloud in a different language. And they also have the ability for you to dub your own voice. You can clone your voice so that when it reads it aloud, it sounds eerily similar to how you talk. And it'll put some expression into it as well. So I'm going to have you listen here, and I'm going to generate the speech from this. And we've got it.
I don't know about you, but I am getting a lot of scams. Scammers are getting more creative with their tactics to trick people. You might receive emails that seem to be from legitimate companies like Amazon, UPS, or FedEx, claiming you've ordered something and there's a delivery problem. While these emails can look real, they are often scams designed to steal your personal information or money. Here's how you can protect yourself and recognize these common scams.
Daniel happens to have a British accent, but you can see how the tone and the inflection and the emotion is there with the appropriate levels of pauses. And you have the ability to go in and edit and modify this. So this is really useful for people that are doing content creation, people that are creating podcasts, but also a lot of this level of technology is what's used in a lot of customer relationship and voice menu chatbots that we interact with. They're using this level of technology in it so that we get these kinds of capabilities. The voices are just tremendous. You can see how many voices there are. You can clone a voice. You can use a lot of different ones that they have, and they're always upgrading this capability. 11 Labs does have a fee, so that if you look at their cost, you might find that they have a cost that you might need to pay for, but you can use a quota of so many, amount of characters for free. You get 10,000 a month. You can upgrade if you want to, if you use more. And on average, we say about 150 words a minute. So it's not a lot of time, but it does give you some capability for doing a lot of content creation, particularly for voiceover. And you can use this file. You can download the voice file as a variety of ways, as an MP4, down MP3, and then use it in any format you may want to. And so 11 Labs is one of the premier text-to-speech capability solutions out there. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so let me stop sharing that. Any questions about 11 Labs and what they do? You can try them for free and get a free trial from them. So it's an opportunity if you're interested. Okay, a tool that I use for my video editing when I clean up the videos and modify them and do other things and try experiments is a tool called Camtasia that's made by a company called Techsmith. And they make tools for doing screen captures and doing educational videos and other things like that. And they have an add-on called Audiate that is their transcription tool and a text-to-speech tool as well. So I basically took this text, I don't know about you, but I'm getting a lot of scams, and I pasted it into Audiate. And when I click on the create button here, it gives me the ability to generate audio. There are a variety of presets: friendly, conversational, narrator, witness protection, tiny contraptions, international presets. They have other languages. I can choose English, or it'll do a translation for me from this English text to other languages. And I can choose a voice and adjust the speed and the pitch. 11 Labs gives you very similar capabilities. They're using a combination of Watson AI from IBM and ChatGPT. So if I want to generate audio from this, I can click on the generate audio, and it'll generate the speech from text. It does it really quickly. And if I want to play it back, you can hear what it sounds like.
I don't know about you, but I'm getting a lot of scams. Scammers are getting more creative with their tactics to trick people. You might receive emails that seem to be from legitimate companies like Amazon, UPS, or FedEx, claiming you've ordered something and there's a delivery problem. While these emails can look real, they are often scams designed to steal your personal information or money. Here's how you can protect yourself and recognize these common scams.
So that's just one voice. There are other voices that I can use. If I'd rather use Brandon here, I can generate audio for Brandon and utilize a different character.
I don't know about you, but I'm getting a lot of scams. Scammers are getting more creative with their tactics to trick people. You might receive emails that seem to be from legitimate companies like Amazon, UPS.
So again, there's different abilities to adjust pitch, speed, etc. They don't have a audio cloner tool. It's designed to be used for creating a narrator, other voices. So if I go with a narrator voice here and I generate audio, you'll hear a slightly different set of tones here.
I don't know about you, but I'm getting a lot of scams. Scammers are getting more creative with their tactics to trick people. You might receive emails that seem to be from legitimate companies like Amazon, UPS, or FedEx, claiming you've ordered something and there's a delivery problem.
So you can see the quality with AI starts to improve in terms of the ability to create tone. Now, Camtasia's Audiate is designed so that I can actually export it into a video automatically and use that to start to create a video if I want to. It has some export tools. It's designed for tight integration with video here. The translation I haven't tried, but let's try a Spanish, let's try Colombian Spanish here and see if it does it. I'm hoping it does. I haven't tried the translation. Do you want to generate audio to match your new transcript? Translated the transcript. Let's generate audio and see what it does.
No sé ustedes, pero a mí me están llegando un montón de estafas. Los estafadores se están volviendo más creativos con sus tácticas para engañar a la gente.
So, being international and multilingual gives you a lot of capabilities. Now, with Camtasia and Audiate, you pay a one-time annual fee and you get an unlimited amount of transcription or text-to-speech from it. It doesn't have as many languages as 11 Lab. 11 Labs is considered like one of the gold standards in the industry as far as their capabilities of text-to-speech with a range of voices, the voice cloning, and other things like that. But Audiate and Camtasia are designed for people that do a lot of training programs in a variety of ways in corporations, businesses, organizations, just, people that have fun at it, like me too. So it's another way to get text to speech. Now, there's one more that I want to show you, and then we'll just chat and see what kind of questions people might have about text to speech. There's another application called Synthesia. It's a website, and what it does, it creates a text-to-speech with an AI avatar. Camtasia announced that they're going to do avatars, but they don't have it out in their product yet, but they said it's on their roadmap for introduction within the next 6 months. But Synthesia is a tool that lets you create text-to-speech and have an avatar talk. And these avatars look pretty realistic. These are examples of what they look like. So if I click on Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex's personal avatar. You can also make your own digital twin in just a few minutes.
Hey, I'm Jazz, one of Synthesia's AI avatars. I'm looking forward to helping you create videos.
Hey, I'm Joshua's personal avatar. You can also make your own digital twin in just a few minutes.
It'll let you create a clone. Now, it's a little pricey. We'll talk about pricing in a minute. But I actually did a little exercise here where I took some text and I pasted it into their application.
And I don't know about you, but I am getting a lot of scam. Scammers are getting more creative with their tactics to trick people. You might receive emails that seem to be from legitimate companies like Amazon, UPS, or FedEx, claiming you've ordered something and there's a delivery problem. While these emails can look real, they are often scams designed to steal your personal information or money. Here's how you can protect yourself and recognize these common scams.
So that's one of the most advanced tools out there. It's not inexpensive. So if we look at things that we want to be able to do with it, it has a pricing plan, but you can create a small free video, but it gives you so many minutes of video is what it does. And it can, if you're doing a lot of video, it can really use up your budget quite a bit. But what's happening now is that you are seeing training and videos. There's a lot of corporations and organizations that are creating training videos or educational or compliance classes that people have to take on workplace violence or other things or security. And so rather than hiring an actor and a studio and a videographer and a sound editor, if they have a script, they can create the entire presentation or the entire, training program from a text-to-speech type of application, so that it's something that you can utilize that way. That's kind of what I did when I set this up with the in the feed with the little text-to-speech approach where I wanted to get some feedback on what people thought about it. So I'm going to share my browser here. And so when I did this little video here, it's an experiment. I took the AI summary of the screen capture tech topic I did, and I used Camtasia's Audiate to do a text-to-speech, and then I just put a video background on it and did some captioning so people could hear it. And it was just a quick way to do a summary because I didn't have to record it. When you record something and you make a mistake, you've got to edit it. So if you have a script that's pretty tight and clean, you cut down on the amount of editing that you have to do to be able to create something. So it's another way to create tools. And for those of you that played it and gave me feedback, so now you see it here.
Welcome to the AI summary of screen capture tools for Windows. Bob discussed the functionalities of screen capture tools available on Windows, including the snipping.
You heard it okay, Kathleen? Okay, good. Well, sometimes screen sharing takes a little more work than anything. So, like I say, there's a variety of ways to use it. It's more a matter of what makes sense for what you want to do, and if you want to do it, and if you want to pay for something. JJ, you said you're doing a lot of photography training activities, so sometimes it's easier to write a script or take step-by-step instructions rather than recording it. And when you pause or when you have a hesitation or when you make a mistake, you've got to cut that out and edit it. So the editing time for creating something in speech or video is what consumes a lot of the time in creating that content. So the text-to-speech is giving us a lot of capabilities. Now, you'll also see a lot of this stuff on YouTube. You'll see a lot of faceless videos on YouTube where they don't have a voice or they don't have a person's face. And they're not spending the money on avatars because they're still pretty pricey, but they are spending the money to create text-to-speech and doing voiceovers with background imagery and text and other things like that. So, because it's really easy to create with AI and doing other things that you can take an AI script and do something pretty quickly. So I've done some things where I've started a new project in Audiate. Let me get my screen set up here. And in Audiate, let me get screen sharing. It has an AI capability. So I have the ability to do something where I can generate or a script. Okay, so if I wanted to generate a script, I could summarize something and paste it. I can create it. I can do it predominantly for training, educational. Let's talk about travel and lifestyle. And we'll say, okay, give me some ideas, some highlights, what to see in Medellin, Colombia, in about 2 minutes of speech, okay? And that's going to take short. So I'll have it generate a script for me right away because it uses AI to generate a script, and it'll give me the capability to generate a script pretty quickly here while I have a sip of coffee. Okay, so it's created the script, okay? And now I want to have it do a voiceover. So I go back to create and I say, okay, here's the audio. We can take Jenny or we can take Elizabeth here. We can preview the voice.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth.
I don't know if you'd like that, or we can go with Ava.
Hello, my name is Ava. How can I help?
I think we'll go with Ava today, and we'll generate the audio, and it's converted all that text to speech, and now watch as it reads out loud.
Hey there, fellow travelers. Today, I'm super excited to take you on a virtual tour of Medellin, Colombia. This vibrant city, known as the City of Eternal Spring, is packed with incredible sights and experiences. Whether you're a history buff, a nature lover, or just looking to soak up some local culture, Medellin has something for everyone. So, let's dive right in and explore some of the must-see highlights of this amazing city.
Not bad. Okay, so that if rather than writing something out or researching it, you can just do a AI script and say how to do this, and we'll see. I haven't tried it too much with how to do things in technology, but it sometimes it's pretty good in terms of creating things for me. And it just gives you a quick way. Now I can export this to a video editing program that is connected to it, and then apply stock footage to it and make a short travel video out of it. You'll see a lot of these things on YouTube. This is another way to get information on something that you might be interested in, and rather than just having a voiceover or somebody narrating or reading something, you can have both reading and voice as well to be able to create it if you're interested in creating it. So I'm experimenting with it, trying to figure out a way where it fits into the Tech Explorer platform and create helpful guides for people. And you can always adjust the playback of a video when you play it back in Tech Explorer to slow it down if it's too fast, because I find that some people like things really fast, some people like them a little bit slower. Some people, like the text, some people don't, some people care about the background, other people don't. So I'm just experimenting with different ways to create tips and useful training material on technology using some of these tools, and thought I'd share some things with people about what I'm doing and what else is out there. And it sounds like other people like JJ and other people are doing some things too. So Respeecher is something that I found that they do Hollywood capability, voice talents. They're actually using human voices, but they take the text to speech. So one of the things that some people have had is what they call it electrolaryngeal or TEP speech, which are implants and tools that people use when they have their larynx removed or other voice impediments. And it shows what it sounds like beforehand. And let's see if this plays. Let me know if you hear it.
When I first wrote his name, I said, just as you.
That's with an electrolarynx. Okay, now when they apply their AI speech capability to it, this is what that voice sounds like.
When I first wrote his name, I said, just as you are going to say, but I thought he was a boy.
Still not 100% natural, but extremely much level of understandability. So this is a way they're using voice cloning capability as an assistive technology. Now, they do have other things that they do. They have game development, film and TV production. They have case studies that they use. So they have a lot of different resources and tools that are being used out there, and why they use them. And they've been winning awards in Hollywood for synthetic voices. And you can see their client list is used by apps, it's used by special effects studios, it's used by popular production companies. So there's a high level of quality that is extremely high simulation of voices. Well, thanks everybody.
Take care, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, JJ,
Bye.
for your help. Appreciate it.